Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't be a massive surprise, really. And Paul Pogba is out of contract at Manchester United in the summer, and his representatives for a while now have been trying to gauge interest from other clubs, whether that be abroad or the Premier League. It's probably important to say that there is still a lot of interest in Pogba from other clubs like PSG and Juventus, but City are in the market for a midfielder because Fernandinho is set to leave at the end of the season, and Paul Pogba is one that they've got on their list. I don't for a second think that they believe that it's done by any means. It's not as advanced as that. It's simply that he's available on a free transfer in the summer, and because of that, and because of the type of player he is, the quality that he's got, they think it's worth a look. He is open to the move. Obviously, it would be very controversial given that he would leave Man United and sign for Man City. Obviously, it has happened in the past with Carlos Tevez, and that again at the time caused a lot of headlines in Manchester, particularly. And it would be controversial if it happened. I think at the moment Pogba is simply gauging interest. If there are a queue of clubs who are willing to meet his wage demands and pay the agent fees that would be due as well to make the move happen, I think that he would consider all of those, whether that's PSG, Juventus, or Man City. Obviously, Man City would be the most controversial of all of those choices. But at the moment, he is about 3 months away, or a couple of months, sorry, from being out of contract, and he'll consider all options. And City at the moment is among those. It's one of those that maybe it's kind of the stars are aligned a little bit. City are losing Fernandinho. They are in the market for a central midfielder. Pogba is going to be available in the summer. I think Pep Guardiola would probably back himself to get the best out of Paul Pogba. I think Man United fans who have watched him at Old Trafford since he's moved from Juventus probably feel that they haven't seen the best of him. Whether that's because of managerial changes or because of the system that he's been asked to play in. Only Paul and the club will know that. But again, Pep Guardiola is such a fantastic manager that he probably would back himself to get the best out of Paul Pogba. He's whatever Man United fans say about him, he's clearly a player with unbelievable talent. There have been games even at Man United where he's been fantastic. Sometimes even against City, we saw a couple of years ago at the Etihad Stadium, he was absolutely fantastic when he scored a couple of goals. So the talent is certainly there. City are in the business of signing the world's best players. Paul Pogba is among those. So if he was to move to the Etihad, I'm sure that he would back himself to be a regular in that City team. And again, Pep, if he does arrive, would back himself to get the best out of him. I mean, I think it's probably important when you're talking about Paul Pogba and midfielders, to say that City's priority as things stand is to sign a striker and to get a deal for Erling Haaland over the line. I think the benefits of the Haaland deal for City are that it's a very clear price that they have to pay. There's a 75 million euro release clause in his contract at Borussia Dortmund, so that it's not a fee that needs negotiated. It's right there in black and white, and they can either meet it or not. We're led to believe that the framework of that deal is pretty much in place in terms of agent fees and wages that would be due to Haaland as well. So I think City are fairly confident that will go ahead. Beyond that, then there is room then to strengthen other areas of the squad. There's talk of maybe possibly another left back, but midfield would fall into that category, especially because they're losing Fernandinho. So it's not something that would get in the way of any deal for Paul Pogba. I think City are pretty comfortable with their position financially to get both of those deals over the line if it came to that. As I say, at the moment, though, I think that with Paul Pogba, it's simply a case of looking at the numbers, judging his interest, judging the interest of Pep Guardiola to have him in the squad, and if all of those things align, then it's something that they could move forward with. But I wouldn't expect that to go ahead before they've sealed a deal for Erling Haaland. He is very definitely the number one target this summer.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.